Hey, welcome back to the Weekly Word, Outdoor Adventures. It's 2 weeks later since we went on our Dutch settlement adventure, and it was an adventure, wasn't it, Ken?
Yeah, it was a rough one.
We went off kind of half-cocked. We were trying to follow the old Christian Dietzsch road through the Dutch settlement from the Pace Gap end, and we took a wrong turn. We got down to the Gearin place, and we were supposed to cross the creek and come out over here where we'd left the other vehicle at the gate just north of Silco Campground. But we didn't cross the creek, and we ended up going down the Dutch Creek Gorge, and I don't recommend doing that again, do you?
No, I'm not going to do it again.
It was dark when we got out over here, and it was a rough day. So we've come back for the second day, and nice day. It's supposed to get up about 60 degrees here, and we're going to go down here and try to find the other end of the Dietzsch Road and follow it into the Gearin place. And I brought a map today, and you brought what, a GPS?
GPS and a topo map on the phone.
So maybe we won't get lost today. Come on, let's go on this adventure here. Well, we've made it to our destination, Ken.
Yeah, we have. Into the Gearin place.
Or maybe we just made half our destination, because we got to turn around now and make the same trip back out to the Silco gate where our truck is.
Yeah.
How many miles do you think we've walked to get in here fall on the old road?
Maybe a mile and a half or so.
Is that all? It seemed like 10.
It felt longer.
We came in here where we lost the trail last week on our Dutch settlement video, and we've joined back up with it. We followed an old road that was built in 1840 by a man named Christian Dietzsch, D-I-E-T-Z-C-H. He came down here from New York. He'd speculated and bought land, I guess, and he built him a home over on Big Creek. And then he built a road in here off the Silco road. He came through here, up through what's today known as the Dutch Fields, and through Pace Gap, down Pace Branch, over on Big Creek where his home was. They said he was only here for 3 years. It's amazing he built a home, and I'm sure he had a pretty good crew helping him build this road. But that's the reason that the Dutch settlement is back in here. They already had a good road coming in here in 1846. And Mr. Dietzsch had already left. He built the road and went back to New York. He decided he didn't like these Tennessee mountains too much. But we followed his old road in here, and most places in it, it's had 20th century dozers put in where they're getting timber out. But some places you can still actually see the old original road that's just a big rounded rut in the ground now that's, 185 years ago? That was a long time back. But in 1846, Mr. Gearin was the manager, so to speak, of the Dutch settlement, and his home was a half mile below the rest of the homes up in the Dutch fields, other than some new settlers' homes they put down here. And I think we're sitting at the remnants of the Gearin place. It's just basically 2 rock piles left here, and somebody told me who knows that there were still people living here into the 1920s. There's not much to show for it anymore. You got to really look. The home would have been looking straight across Dutch Creek at the old road coming across the creek, and the first thing anybody would have seen coming to the Dutch settlement is they would have got right here and they'd seen the Gearin place. And then they'd hung a right and went a half mile on up into the Dutch fields. What is still here is lots of yucca plants growing around here. A very interesting tree that we're going to try to find out what it is. We made some pictures of the leaves we picked up off the ground underneath it, and some blooming berries of some kind as we're videoing today. What is this, December the 30th? You're checking.
30th, yeah.
Yeah, it's almost New Year's, yeah. And it's this beautiful, what color is that, Ken? I'll put you on the spot.
Looks red.
Red, pink.
Red berries.
I don't know, but it's a beautiful color, and there's lots of them. And I've never noticed them anywhere else in our mountains. I'm wondering if that's something that was brought in here a long time ago in the 1800s or so. But it's kind of hard to follow that road in places We was told they're still riding Jeeps on part of it until the 60s, wasn't we? But that's been what, 60 years ago or so. So still a lot of trees fell in 60 years. But we made it in here, and we were able to follow the road that somebody built in 1840. It's kind of hard to follow a road somebody built 185 years ago. But, you know, there's a road that was built over 2,000 years ago. And it's a road to heaven that Jesus built. And you can still follow that road. But it's a lot easier to find because you can still follow Jesus. He's still alive. And you can grab the hem of his garment, so to speak, and just follow the Lord closely. And you'll find your way to heaven on that road. And it's easier to follow than this thing down here. But we're going to explore around a little bit more, see if we can find the old Gearin Spring. And then we're going to head back to Silco and the truck and get on back to the home. Thanks for joining us on this Weekly Word Outdoor Adventure. See you next week, Lord willing.
Just following this road right here, we should come out at the Gearin place.
Yes.
Yep, I think so. We're just not that far away from what you're talking about as the crow flies.
Yeah. Well, you were talking about going up that way and dropping down. If we go up this way and drop down, we're going to hit the road that we walked in on.
Last week.
Last week.
Oh, that'd be bad.
Yeah.